Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I'll be talking about why I strongly believe the Washington Commanders should lose tomorrow against the New York Jets and why it would dramatically improve their draft position if they do lose, and a couple other things happen. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe. We are very close to 12,000 subscribers, trying to hit it by the end of the year, so go ahead and do that. And hit that like button and that notification bell as well. All right, so let's get into it. And before the season started, I didn't think I would have to make this video, especially this early. And I know some people are strongly against the idea of tanking or wanting your team to lose games. But I'm going to talk about why I think it is a good idea for the Washington Commanders to lose the game. And obviously, Ron Rivera is not going out there trying to lose. And honestly, quite frankly, he doesn't have to try to lose because the team is just that bad. But more so in this video, I'm going to talk about why it is in their best interest for a loss and why you should be rooting for a loss for the Commanders tomorrow. And, you know, the best case scenario is a close loss, is a 34-31 loss. Probably not going to happen because Commanders offense isn't great and the Jets defense is good, and then the Jets offense is terrible, and then, you know, their offense is terrible and our defense isn't great. So it's not a good combination there in terms of having a high scoring matchup. Maybe the Jets can get some points, but I don't think it's going to be a super high scoring game. So really, you're rooting for a loss and the young players, including Sam Howell and, you know, guys like Emmanuel Forbes, Quan Martin, to play well. And why do you want that to happen? Why do you want to lose? Well, if you lose, you have a very good shot at a top 4 pick. You're basically guaranteed because you're going to go ahead and play the 49ers after this week. And then you're going to, so I think that's going to be on New Year's, and then you're going to, or maybe one day before New Year's Eve, and then you're going to play the Dallas Cowboys the last week of the season, and they're going to be 100% playing their starters because they're going to want to win the division. If they win their next 2 games, they're winning the division. So it's a big game. It's a big game, you know, for them. So they're definitely going to be playing. So if you lose this game, you're going to probably lose out the rest of the way. And the worst you can do is the 4th overall pick. But there's a couple things that can happen. If the Patriots, if they beat the Jets at some point, we can move past them up to number 3. And because they would move down to 4. And if the Cardinals tomorrow, I think it's tomorrow, it might be Monday, but I think it's tomorrow. If they beat the Bears, then we're moving up ahead of them. So that's what we really want. We want the Cardinals to beat the Bears. So a lot of things do have to happen, but these are the big matchups right here. Cardinals, Bears, and then Commanders, Jets. So if we lose this game and the Cardinals beat the Bears, not only will that make our 2nd round pick from the Bears a little bit more valuable right here at 41, because they'll keep losing, but we'll also overtake the Cardinals. So we could be as high as 2. I mean, there's a small chance at 1, but we would have to lose out. The Panthers win out, and we know that's not going to happen. But you have a good shot of going to the number 2 overall pick. If the Cardinals and the Patriots win, and that's a big if. So I think they'll probably be in that 3 to 4 range. That's my prediction. But if you're at number 2, you have the chance at 1. You know, maybe you want to trade up to number 1 if that's available to get Caleb Williams. 2, you can get Drake May at 2. Or 3, you can draft Marvin Harrison or, you know, Olu Fashanu. Or you can be like, you know what? Maybe another team really wants Marvin Harrison. Or you know what? We're at 2. Maybe another team really wants Drake May, and we feel good about Sam Howell. Maybe we trade back to like 5 or 6, get a lot of draft capital, maybe get an extra 1st round pick, but then still be able to get Olu Fashanu or Joe Alt. That's probably the best case scenario. Getting still an elite player in the 1st, like Joe Alt, Olu Fashanu, and getting some more draft capital, like moving from 2 to like a maximum 6 or 7. That's what you want to do, and you can help build the trenches there with offensive line, maybe even defensive line, but I would stick with offensive line and still get like another 1st round pick maybe for next year. And again, a high pick also. We want the best possible general manager. And if we have the number 2 overall pick, that's a very attractive job, especially with $90+ million in cap space. You're going to have a high 2nd round pick as well. And then you're also going to have the Bears 2nd round pick, the 49ers comp pick as well, which is going to be a top 100 pick. Not a great pick, but it's a pick. So all those things, combined puts you in a really good situation. It's very attractive for a GM. Maybe not as attractive for the coach because the coach doesn't care as much about draft picks, but in terms of a general manager, the difference between, choosing a job with, the number 2 overall pick available versus like number 8, number 9 is a huge difference. And if we beat the Jets, then, they will go ahead of us in the draft order, and a couple other teams will as well. So it's best for the Commanders in terms of their draft, status for them to win, or not win, for them to lose against the Jets tomorrow.
BetUS, America's favorite sports book, where you can bet on everything, anytime. Sportsbook, casino, horse racing, live betting, and more. We have the best bonuses in the industry. That's right, get a 125% sign-up bonus. And to celebrate our 30-year anniversary, we are giving up to 30 risk-free bets, a truck, Super Bowl tickets, and more. Don't miss out. Play smart. Join now. BetUS, where the game begins.
Make sure you guys check out BetUS. Link in the description. If you use that link, you get 125% first-time deposit match. There's so many different games to bet on. You got college football tonight. You got NBA tonight. You got, bowl games in the coming weeks. And then you got some more NFL tonight. And then you got the Commanders versus Jets game tomorrow and many other bets you can make this weekend. And as usual, make sure to bet responsibly. And I know people will argue, it's never great to lose because you can still get, good, valuable playing time for these players and good experience. And a win is a win. But what I'll say is, almost every single one of these coaches, if not all the coaches on this roster, are going to be gone after this year. Ron Rivera, Jack Del Rio already is gone. Eric Bieniemy, I'm thinking, is going to be gone. All these assistants, especially the Ron Rivera assistants, are probably going to be gone. There's no reason to keep any of them. Maybe you want to keep Randy Jordan or one of these guys, but I don't really think they're going to do it. And then the front office, hopefully they clean house with them. Most of them maybe feel like a scout or two. If the new GM likes a scout or two and wants them to have a guy that's been a little bit familiar with this, the area and how they do things around there, but also they're going to change how they think, how they do things around there. So, if they want to keep a guy or two, that's fine. But like the main guys like Marty Herney, Martin Mayhew, like probably want those guys gone. Not sure about Eric Stokes. And then, some of the main scouts, like I think it's Gribble or Grubble. I don't know what his name is, but something like that. So it's going to be interesting, but it's just no reason really to win this game. You win it, and hey, great, you got another meaningless win. But if you lose this game and you end up moving up the draft order and, you potentially are able to get a generational player at 2 or 3, maybe it's a quarterback, maybe it's another player. I don't know. They got to decide that. The new general manager is going to decide that. And I know some people also are going to be like, well, sometimes the player drafted at 5 or 7 or 10 or 12 is better than one at 2, and that is right. But also, it's not even just about drafting a player, which usually the players, drafted higher a little bit better. But also, you can trade back from 2 to 5, get some good assets, and still get an elite player. So getting the number 2 overall pick is objectively better than getting the number 5 overall pick, or number 7. If they win a game, they'll probably move back to like 6 or 7. So it's not worth it, in my opinion, to win a game when a lot of this team is going to be different next year, especially the coaches, front office, and a lot of the players. It's going to be overhauled too. They got a lot of free agents. So that's just kind of my thoughts on the game. Injury updates, Zach Wilson out, Aaron Rodgers out, the Boyle quarterback's not playing. It's going to be Trevor Siemian. So Commanders could win this game. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not even going to give a prediction. Brian Robinson out for this game. Derek Gore. And yeah, Derek Gore is off the practice squad. They called him up. So that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and peace.